Welcome back, everybody, to Spirit Blaze More Spiral Knights. Before we begin, if you could please click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Helps me out a bit and encourages the game. Breathe life into this beast. Anyway, I decided to get, it's considered a handgun, but it's like everything, the Wild Buster. So in order to continue on this path, we need a feral cannon, so we get to get the Wild Buster to level 5. And choosing the correct gate is in order. We get to level up basically every gate, but this one seems kind of neat because we get some fiends toward the end, and it finishes with a potential danger room. So I think we're just gonna rock that one out. We'll create a public party. I got a so I got a balance, and I got my voltage, hopefully to expedite things. I was thinking about the Pseudo-Ruska, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, is this right though? Yeah, it's right. Oh crap. Well, here we go. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, do I want to get through the easier stages faster or way slower? Or rather, if we get to a danger room in the meantime on the way down, I love the Pseudo-Ruska, but like once you especially find the newer danger rooms where there's lots of minis, it's very unforgiving once you unleash the charge. I suppose I could do it with a regular attack, but so what's this look like? Boom. Okay, I'm over here now. First attack. So 1 click? I thought it was 2 clicks. Okay, well, either way. Let us begin our descent. So we had we're a church-going family, and most of the time, unless there's pandemics and stuff that cancel our other plans. But the issue here was they called for snow last night, and there's no snow on the ground. I'm like, all right, well, because they canceled church due to threat of snow. That's how we do things now, threat of instead of the actual problem itself, which is okay, and I understand it's, excuse me, it's part of the times. We're getting better with our software. You can make the argument, would you be, completely horrified if you were the person who didn't cancel the event and someone tried to drive there and got caught on the side of the road and had to, they died in the car crash. I'm like, yeah, all right, that's a great way to guilt me into canceling everything I do forever. But there, there's a bit of risk in freedom. It's the whole philosophy behind like the anti-mask thing. You can look at both sides of the evidence and make your choice instead of just have one side say your mask protects me, mine protects you. It has like victimhood written into it. It's just really weird. So it is our culture, and shame on me if I call out those fallacies constantly. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Sunday we have our I had my philosophical discussion basically last night. Yatta! Not last night, yesterday. And so I got my fill of deep thinking. It's oh, you're the best. That actually might kill me. I should have done some anti-fire maybe. Also, we can just pelt you with land shots instead of taking the leap and the quick and easy kill. But the volt edge charges, perhaps. There we go. Some fire cure right there. Yatta! Oh, I knew it. Beautiful little minis. There's risk in anything, and what gives you more confidence in this is, I would argue, at least for me, is the martial arts aspect of it. You got to understand if you want to. Oh crap! Got they spawn too. Ah! Sometimes if you want to go for the kill shot, you have to make a commitment. If you miss, you might be exposed. So with that philosophy, why would you ever throw a shot? You might actually expose yourself. But the reality is you got to finish the fight, otherwise the other guy will. So if you don't let... I'm too lazy to load. Haven 4. Oh, sorry, Maury. I think it's Haven 4. But anyway, what I was saying, there's risk in freedom. That's the whole... Sometimes people can't articulate that very well. But that is the issue. when you have a mainstream media that says Black Lives Matter riots are fine, and then the riots at the Capitol are not fine, even though they're literally the same exact thing, and it's a lesser cause. See how easy it is to get politics and everything. I hate it. Alright, let's just play some Spiral Knights. And you can disagree with me in the comments if you want. I appreciate disagreement, because it lets me articulate, not only articulate, anybody could say their views just fine, but also cross-examine my views. But this is a larger discussion. I'd rather talk about philosophical and theological things. It's way more important than politics, because everything that man touches, he corrupts. That's just the nature of man. Even his own agenda, even your own personal, like, duty things. I'll never eat ice cream again. You make all these claims that you can't even uphold yourself. I'm just reading about the Pharisaical unit did this in Jesus' time. They had laws, and then they had laws against the laws. They had I think it's the Mishnah and the Gerald, I think. These are the Jeep. Off the top of my head, I was just reading about it the other day. But the whole concept is like, let me just get this. Thank you. They didn't want to break the law, so they made laws about the laws, so they wouldn't break the laws. Then that wasn't good enough, so they made laws about the laws, so they wouldn't break the laws. And you're just like, holy crap, man. Yeah, and I mean that's why Jesus was so adamant about, just talking with the Pharisaical unit. They were the people who had the understanding of God's laws, but they missed it a bit. He's like, don't commit adultery, but actually the whole point of that law is to you not to lust after somebody else. Train yourself that way. But they'd be called the bleeding Pharisees because their concept was like they would, whenever a woman would walk by, they'd bow their heads so they didn't look after her with the potential to like lust after her, and they'd run into a wall. So because they couldn't see, they'd be called bleeding Pharisees. That's not it. They'd be called bleeding Pharisees. Just off the griever, please. All right. I mean, yeah, we're alive. We're alive. Okay, we're not alive. I thought we had one hit protection. See you later, cat. Oh my gosh, he's stubborn and staying on my lap. Did we just... Okay. He disappeared. Took my eye off the camera for a minute. Yeta. First level compounds. What greater mystery than asking yourself, why would you do this to yourself? Whoa, you little ninja. There's freedom in risk, and there's freedom in choice, right? Gotcha. You go down these gates. You might have issue. You might not. Beautiful. You spawned on me. Not again, please. Alright, well, we're not... Here we are. The things we do for heat. I don't even think... We'll get this to level 2, maybe. Darn it. The question is, will we spend a spark on this level, and when we know we shouldn't? Probably. Because I just don't feel like stopping. Anyway, that's your daily devotion for the day, for the good spirited day. I hope it helps you out. The more you know. We were talking a lot about so since this is basically the personal blog hour of good spirit. I talk about my kids and all that stuff too. But I saw those hearts and they were so tempting, and then they disappeared. We were talking mainly about the topic was like, how do you live a life of love and obedience, specifically in the Christian faith. But like, then we start talking about the definition of love, how love is defined, because it's defined very differently, and usually love in the scriptural sense is more along the path of duty, because sometimes you don't feel like loving somebody, but you know you should. But it's not in duty, because if you hold duty in isolation, well, it's my duty to my country to do this. But at the same time, if it's my duty in my country to, my mentor gave a great example. It's my duty as an officer to salute, sorry, as an enlisted person to salute an officer. But if I know the guy, my obligations, if I'm within 10 feet of him, I have to salute him. If I know him and I see him walking down the street, I will go to the other side of the street if I don't like him. And, oh, darn it. And purposely, so I don't have to salute him. I'm like, oh, alright, that's interesting. I can understand that too. I've had bad bosses and good bosses, so I guess the concept kind of like the concept kind of melds in that reality of having good bosses and bad bosses. Don't ever underestimate the power of one person to lead millions to ruin. They can do it. This was a promise by God when get out of here. When the Israelites wanted a king. Can we just, Mike, can you help me out? Thank you. Jeez. Don't use 2 sparks here, buddy. Because it's called a theonomous nation. God was written so much on their hearts that they knew exactly what to do. I guess India would be one of the better examples of this. God should be, well, I guess with the polytheistic sense, the nature of Krishna and the creation of the world. Now, all that stuff should be written on your heart to the point where you should know better. So they went from a theonomous nation to a heteronomous nation. Heteronomous meaning those few at the top, or the one at the top, dictates everything for those below. Dictatorships is probably a better example for that. An autonomous nation means it's up to the people. You can throw democracy in that mix, and I would say sort. Oh my gosh, so stretchy, yo. I only have half a cup of coffee. What's wrong with me? Autonomous nations say it's up to the people, so you can basically roughly have whatever kind of social value you want to, but that's an overlying rule, right? But then you have the Judeo-Christian worldview, which bounces off today's times, and because you are not tolerant of other things, therefore you're untolerated. It's the ultimate intolerance of tolerance. Let's go. Oh, bonus heat. I didn't know I had any glowings. Probably should have checked before I came down here. Oh, puppies. Not seen a love pup in a while. Wouldn't it be great if the twins could spawn as a love pup? Just a giant love. How would you beat the other one? I guess it's probably wouldn't be so great. You kind of like soft lock the game upon critical thinking. Let's go this way. And I probably don't need these, right? I said this way, but I'm like, eh. Hold on. Probably was a more efficient way we could have done that. Anyway, so that was year 1. So being in a mentor position at this institute, like, there's 2 years of programs, and then after that you join the Inklings. If you're a veteran, you're allowed to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything really. Oh. But it's a place I chose because it was a long story. I guess I have time to tell it, but I'm not going to tell it right now. But the thing is, you become so enamored with the depth of diving into truth, philosophically, sociologically, spiritually, obviously. Any other LY word you can think of. I see you, buddy. I see you. that you just want to keep doing it, because it's not only the, and if you don't have this kind of circle in your own world, I'd suggest you find one. But it's not just that you're reading a book and digesting it; it's you're hearing other perspectives. Like there's an octogenarian there, a guy 80 years old, who is a chaplain teacher at a military institute. And oh my gosh, he's like the wisest person I have ever heard in my life. And it's one thing to know that people like this exist. It's another, you see the culmination of multiple years of wisdom. It's one thing to know. It's another thing to experience. Like I can only, Zoom calls don't do justice to people, to life. They really don't. This is why this kind of stuff is failing our school system. You can't replace a teacher with a Zoom call. It just doesn't work like that. Kids do not operate in this fashion. People do not operate in this fashion. Kind of went off that guy. No spikes. No spikies, please. You alright, buddy? I wave my magic surfboard wand. The thing looks like a giant Nerf toy. It's hard to believe that can actually deal damage. I suppose it's supposed to be like a mega tuning fork or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm talking about the voltage. Oh, thank you, Mr. Shield. That's right. My shield is not gender neutral. Stand back. I've declared it. It's on par with declaring bankruptcy. Just walk outside and declare it. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is group discussion, and when you pull together your knowledge with the idea that you're all after the same thing, truth, not just, I mean, you can get together and play video games, sure, that's fine in a certain environment, but that doesn't feed the soul. So I say, like, it doesn't happen enough anywhere. Even, like, I don't think I do it enough. And just hearing the wisdom of 80 years of knowledge come at you from an angle you never even thought possible. And someone who's lived through this kind of thing. And we have a lady there that's from Chile. And she was telling us, she's gone through, oh no, don't step on the spikes. She's gone through this. We actually do need the heat. In Chile, they went from a democracy to socialism to communism to dictatorship, back to socialism, back to democracy right now. And like, it's been through multiple revolutions of people dying and being put in concentration camps and all that kind of gulags, whatever you want to call them. And hearing that kind of first-person perspective, it's really neat. It's one thing to think about it, because usually the kind of violence gets romanticized, right? Show me where protests are supposed to be. It's like the most famous quote in American journalism. The one, the mayor's brother, right? Rubio, I forget. Who said, show me where protests are supposed to be peaceful and nice. It's the First Amendment in the Constitution, in case you haven't read that. The right to peacefully protest, which is exactly what Trump repeated. If you haven't seen or read the stuff that he is being censored for, and you agree with the censorship, you're doing it. You're letting someone else think for you. You should honestly accept your sovereignty as a human being. I saw you up there, buddy. And read the stuff and look at what he said. Use your best judgment and think if that compared to other stuff where the city of Portland was burning for like months. Did you read this? There's no one else here. Not yet. If it goes down to the next depth, I will. No, crap. I had a second thought right before we had a toe in the elevator, so it activated. It's like, maybe we won't get to level 3. So this one we will, because it looks like that was a slow climb. I want to get the Wild Buster as high as possible, as soon as possible. A to the S to the A to the P. Yeah, examine this stuff for yourself. The political views on burning in one part of the country versus burning right in front of the doorstep was very different. Okay, don't forget we got a heat eating up this little buster thingy. Let's go. Double level up. Oh my gosh. Game, you're gonna make me end you sooner than I want to, but we're gonna finish this gate. Yeah, I know you guys gotta get through here at one point. Yacha! Even though you can fly, apparently you're not allowed to go off the edge. Neither am I, and that's probably a good thing. I guess the other question is, what do you guys think about the face cam, on or off? I turned it off because I still got this black eye. It's almost gone. It's slowly fading away. We need if I would have taken like a time-lapse picture every hour or something. You can literally see, because I get hit right above the eye. The eye bone, is that what it's called? I have no idea. So it swelled up, and then you could see the blade. If you time-lapsed it, you could see the blood just like drain down. But it's almost reabsorbed back into my body, which is how that's supposed to work. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Why don't you get over here? Don't make me get Mike out. Got him. I know Mike's out. Just don't make me use his secret ability to stun you because you're fire enemies. See you, buddy. Oh my gosh, cat. You didn't scare me, but come on. The reason why we're going to go down to the last depth is we have to build up, what is it, like 400 some radiance to get this thing to level 10. The Torto weapon. Then it's going to be basically become like our piercing weapon in the end. I'm going to use it to kill Vanna. That's just going to happen. It's been written and foretold in the ancient spiral prophecies. The Tortos migrate, Vanna dies by their shell. It's written nowhere. Just believe me when I tell you this. The prophetic voice of a spiral knight. It'd be neat. I want to solo Torto Vanna with a solo Torto Vanna. We don't have. Did he just come back to life for a second? That was really weird. But I'd like to. It'd be neat to kill Vanna with a Torto weapon. I got my Blitz is level 8. I mean, I can kill him with that thing. Fairly easy. Not super easy, but fairly easy. Since I'm still in the amateur league when it comes to Vanna Duke slings. Cat, you're on my lap. You're standing at attention. Your move. Oh no. We just chop you up. There we go. Come on, gentlemen. Let's go. Cheese tato. That sounds delicious. Looking at my guildmate that just logged on. Alright. Get it, Mike. It's your time to shine. Good job. You hit him. With your practice shot. Here's where I want the griffin. Got him. Boom. I've hit a ascended dadhood the other day, where I know I've my kids hit the next level, so therefore I can take responsibility for upping my level of my kids. My daughter's watching me fight a boss in Catacomb Kids, and she's like, "Dad." Dad, can you do that without the sound effects? And I look at her like, oh my gosh, she's becoming a person. This child, who used to be an infant in my arms, oh no, is actually becoming a person. This is nuts. Help. No. Switch to the Torto weapon. It's not quite there yet. We'll get there. The cheesy tato. He's ascended to another level. Okay, here we go. I made the promise. Let's do it. We can just leave right after. Should we Might as well explore the rest of it. We'll go in there last. Oh my gosh, we hit gold. Can you think of a day when you can actually use these green things? Probably not. I probably, honestly, should have gone for the hearts. That's alright. Hopefully it's one of the newer ones. It could be one of the old ones too. What about the super old ones, dude, where it was just like a circle with the spikes in the middle? That's it. What's this? Beast and Gremlins, I think? Oh, sorry. Way off. At least the weapon we have is sort of useful. Ba-boom. Get him. Yeah, run. Oh, the ancient shield took a blow. He's as old as his loading screen, apparently. The biggest speech blocker in Spiral Knights. I'm in the mood for love, simply because it's easy, buddy. I disagree with that hit. Whoa, okay, well that one might have got me. Crap. I was locked in the animation. 20. I feel like a grandpa. When he was born, I was 19. Is that grandpa age? Not quite, right? Not quite. Basically elderly? You've got to be kidding me. Give me a second. I'll respond. As fast as my loading screen lets me. Get out of here. I was just talking about octogenarians. It's kind of like harvesting the field, this weapon. Just running between you guys. Da, 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 da. They're all giving each other high fives. Dude, that's... I never realized. They're doing like the down low too slow thing. Whenever they try to hit you with their claw. Well... Boom. Heat, heat, cha cha cha. Oh, Spark would be so nice because we honestly just straight up wasted our chance. Or not wasted our chance, just wasted that consumable. But I guess that's what they're there for. Shakti, I don't know if he had to leave. Get me out of here. I hate this place. Alright, we should have enough heat after that to get this to level 5. And we're just going to keep going down unless someone else joins our party. But I don't see it happening. Who knows? This next level might be the most fun level we ever played in the game. I'm skeptical on whether or not to use more to get this past level 5 with the chance of getting the box, because I don't have very many glowings, and someday we might want to level something else. Like we have that static charge recipe or bomb or something sitting in there. We could even do that. I do, my man. Let's go. I'm not changing, yo. By the way, I forget the gentleman's name, but thank you for giving me those Torto runs consecutively, back to back to back. That was so cool. What an awesome gift. I'm a dad, therefore I'm like 9,000. Why 9,000? I don't know. Why 14 days to slow the spread? Where'd that number come from? Who knows? Actually, it's a biblical number. That's probably why it was off the tip of my tongue. I started this game when I was 29 because it was kind of fun. I was seeking nostalgia and I found it. And then it's like got stuck in perpetual nostalgia mode. I was thinking something like, "Hey, you know what I really like?" And you guys can stop me. I teach you how to do taxes. Jeez, you're old. You can teach me things. I thought they would spawn, but I guess not. I just don't feel like it. What was I talking about? Oh, nostalgia. Right. What I really like is Legend of Zelda. They came out with this game called Legend of Zelda Four Swords. I loved it. And I'm like, why is there no other game like this ever? And why does Nintendo copyright all their crap all the time? I'm opening this because we got friends here. Let's go. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, it's so cool. Why can't we always have four swords? Why can't we just make a 4-player game like that? And then, okay, now we got Vagante. Now we have not like Catacomb Kids, but Vagante is pretty cool. I'm just like, I'm an amateur league, and I see the people on the Discord server who like join me for a 15-minute speed run. Dude, it takes me that long to get through like level 2. I'm not that good. I'm not up to that kind of. I know you got to start somewhere, but it's a commitment. Right now, I'm really invested into the game Skulls and Catacomb Kids. I don't think I'm ever going to stop playing. I'll tell you how to go to turbotax.com. And pay $20 and have them do it for you, because it's honestly how I do it. There's so much involved, especially if you have job changes. Boop. Oh no, we're stunned. Boom. They did like 40 damage. Good job, Brain. We made it happen. Oh gosh. I'll trade you a teaching lesson for a teaching lesson. In 3 months from now, I'm getting a. Oh, good man. Ooh. I dedicated myself. I've been teaching roughly like the best judo, right? Grappling, because all karate has grappling involved. It's meant for actual fighting. Do you think? Here's a question. It's an honest question. So the stereotypical thing is karate guys are good on their feet, and then once they get to the ground, they're done. Do you think the people that fought legitimately 2 or 3 centuries ago never ever went to the ground in legit fights? Like, this is something that was always on their mind. So like if we look at the brief history of karate, how it was brought to Japan, they needed something that looked flashy that could be taught by 1 person to 100. Australian criminal law, what? So they needed that. Because they didn't have in the Okinawan dojos, it was always small. You teach like 4 or 5 people because you have reputation already built up as a fighter. And they would teach you awesome things to deal with grappling, etc., which was really, really cool. We're going to go. We still can't craft here, right? Oh yeah, I gotta go to the special machine anyway. Holding my spot. Yo, what is this person? They're gorgeous. What is that? It's a feral shell. What makes a shell feral? Let's not ask deep questions right now. Alright. Go to Haven. Let's go. You can do USA. I can do EU. It's a different build. More shields, more bombs. Cat, what's going on? He had something to say. I gave him a pet. He's like, what is this little treat you have given me? Whoa, I haven't seen this screen in a long time. Does anybody ever come here anymore? Holy lag, I hit the wrong button. That looks gorgeous. Why doesn't... So there never used to be this. So you had to walk over there, which was, I think, a cool treat, because you had to be exposed to the environment. Actually having to walk places. I know it's crazy, right? Using your legs. Crack, the cheesy potatoes left us. Alright, what do I need? I need a monster bone. Darn it. And to unequip the weapon, obviously. And then we start the heating process all over again. Stand by, Thag. Crap, wrong area. I have to go through 3 loading screens. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 4. Before I can get back to you. Give me a minute. Hopefully a monster bone's not on sale for like 2,000 coin or something. Anyway, getting back to the original story. I know I'm good at just stopping trains of thought and going off into oblivion. But I've been teaching private lessons as far as judo goes. So it's me. I'm 4th degree. He's 3rd degree, and we have 2 people who roughly just want to learn. And so we're, oh my gosh, what is that? A mix master? Holy crap, that's way too much. So I'm teaching him like some of the fundamentals of grappling. So we learned, what did we learn? We learned how to fall. Like, if you want to practice throws and you don't fall correctly, you're going to hurt yourself a lot. And we have pads too. So it's not like we were all sorts of, just doing it on the concrete. I did it on the concrete. They did it on the pads. Because once you learn how to fall safely, once you've fallen down like 3,000 times, hopefully, I mean, the whole point of it is to fall down and not get hurt. So if you're teaching yourself how to fall and you can't fall on the concrete repeatedly, what are you doing? Crap, I gotta go to the special alchemy machine. I keep thinking we have the recipe. So I could have swore there was one down here, but every time I keep looking, I'm like, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it shows up only with certain events. Or maybe I should actually just go look and see what's there. But either way, we're going to the arcade. In 2031, I hear they're going to have a new loading screen with a new background. That's what I hear. Still thought I have in my head every time I see it. In my 2nd month playing this game, I'm like, why don't they have a different loading screen? It's really weird. Oh, we got the feral cannon, yo. The sucker look on me. Arguably amazing. Can't wait to see the next star. Okay. Let's go. Oh, no. Party invite. Go. So the reason we're doing this stuff in the judo class, etc., is because both of us got, I think I mentioned this last time, we all got sick of it. Like in martial arts, you need to have some sort of contact to practice it. That's the way it works. But everyone in the hype dojos, he's got a teddy bear, is scared of COVID. It's something that has a 99.98% survival rate if you're in the age bracket of being able to do functional karate. Right? The average death of it's age 86. So anyway, this is destroying our world, planet. We don't like this, and we want to keep practicing, so we're practicing. And I'm going to get myself fit in the next 3 months. And I have a job change coming up, which is kind of nice as well. It's the blue dragon. Is he in my guild? Should know this. Yo, he's an officer. I should salute him, right? Yeah. Throwback stuff. Yeah. Should salute him. We chose the correct weapon. Also, I hate these things so much. Ah! Yaboom! All fire, dude. I think next level the fire ends, right? Maybe. So I'm not gonna lie. I let myself go a little bit. I haven't worked out in about a month. The apathetic nature of my job, plus oh my gosh, the mindless, like, acquiescing to government theory, not truth. Because if you look at the truth and the evidence based on what's going on in our culture, lockdowns and masks are bad. They are. This is truth. And anybody who... Crap. Sorry. This gets messy. We're going to see if this actually works for us. Anybody that disagrees with that... Ooh, that was close. You get silenced. Ow. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do this. And probably take a hit and die. We didn't die! There's great rejoicing. It's not yet. Ooh. I thought you were done. No! Ancient shield, come to me. Boom. Chris Strafe, I remember, as he's one of the coolest hats. It's a cowboy hat. We don't need to kill these guys, sorry. I got him caught up in a fight that's just pointless. It's this one, right? Help. It's the other one. I meant to say follow me, but that's okay. You can fight them. I'm alright with that. You have my permission. Ah, get him, buddy. I meant to hit number 3. Oh no. Save it for something that's worth it. Get out of here. Nope. That I almost ate it from a little tiny baby. Beautiful. Take my love. How's it go? Take my sea, take my love, take the sea. You can't take the sky from me. Serenity. Anybody? Since my wife and I can't really play Outer Wilds consistently. It'd be neat if we could, but we just can't. My computer shuts off whenever I sit in the cockpit, and this only happens because I updated my graphics card. That game is the most immersive one we played in so long. I swear we're so close to finishing it, but we'll never know until we get a computer upgrade. But this time of year we have a choice with tax return. Do you have a little thingy on your helmet? You do. We have a choice. We can either get new phones, which I'm gonna get a flip phone because not a big fan of phones anyway. How much time do you guys use on your phone? Oh no! I got surrounded by little babies. This one. Yeah, damage bonus. That's what I'm talking about. Shoot. Shoot him. Shoot him. The phones are the biggest time waster. I'm talking about the bleeding Pharisees, right? Because they kept putting their heads down because they didn't want to engage in lustful thoughts by looking at women. That's because they run, to rehash, and they run into walls. That's why they were called the bleeding Pharisees, because they'd rather just not look at anything and get any thoughts in their head whatsoever. No, the whole concept of the Talmud, when it came from the original law, was to cultivate a life, not to prevent you from having one. And the idea behind all the sacrifices and all that stuff was like, you can never get there. It just doesn't work. You can't do that on your own power. Because either way, you have to rely on a transcendent power to help you out. So, I'm going to get myself, I'm jumping around here, I'm going to get myself in shape in 3 months. And start teaching like more private lessons, advertise on Craigslist, etc. I'm sorry, that was kind of my fault. I lit him up, and then he just, oh no, I will avenge you. You've been avenged. Boom. Oh, you punk. Help. Boom. That was alright. Look at this. I love the Divine Avenger charge. I'm a fan. See if we can navigate through this mess. Stop, drop, and roll, dude. You can't take the sky from me. Touch me with one of his 3,000 legs. Little creepers. Boom. Did you see that curveball? Holy crap. I certainly didn't see that coming. He sparked. Ooh. She sparked. Oh. We've done it. Okay. Let's go. Boom. We could take the shortcut through the blocks and end this quicker. Also, you need to be shot a couple thousand times. Whoop. We could do that, but that'd be easy mode. You don't do that stuff. Crystal's got the right idea. Jeez. If I could only keep these guys in my visionary cortex, which I don't think is a thing. But we're gonna pretend it is. Ah, that's what I mean. You're okay, and then you get hit. Stop it. All right, you know what? Maybe we'll get some hearts from this stuff. Oh, I can bring out the griffin. Actually, let me use this. I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. I would have sparked too. Sometimes you get so mad, you're just like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. We don't need to go back there. You can't take the sky from me. It's piercing. You could technically use it to kill these fiends and die horribly. I don't know how auto-target works with it. We're not turning it on. I'm just, theory crafting. Trying to think, like, alright, bye, cat. Cat life. Cat kid life. It's cat life. No. Meant to do this and this. There we go. And then this. We need more shining crystals. Somebody can't give these things away, man. It'd be so nice. Coming. Bop, bop, bop. Speaking of the musical crescendo that was Tra-La-La, my daughter drew an excellent picture of Captain Underpants the other day. Dude, there's so many kid shows out now that just hit the silly part of the brain. Captain Underpants is one of them. They summon him. I forget how they summon him, but it's also silly. And then he turns back into their principal, who he is, whenever they put water on him. It's like, what? And he has a ultimate power, very strong, literally wears an underwear and a cape. I mean, that's so great in so many ways. It's just so great. And what do we got? We got slapstick Tom and Jerry. It's in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Whatcha? I'd rather take a fiend out. They're on par with one of the reasons that these scarabs are so dangerous. You just can't see them come until they literally are on top of you. The color color differentiation between the two. It's not supposed to be a bullet hell game. I think that kind of makes for the environment as well, because it just looks nicer. It's not like you can see them. They're bright and shiny, and you can see them and dodge them quite neatly. No. Okay, I deserve that. It's we could, I guess, a little bit better if we had the graphics up. No, I didn't even see them. That's what I mean. But they look a lot better, that's for sure. Easy. Except we died. You guys remember when Mist was a thing? There were no sparks. Was that like 6 years ago when they introduced this upgrade? It seemed like forever ago. Rios? Ah! I thought we were going to take a hit. Seriously thought we were going to take it. Okay, we might take a hit here. Let's use this. Give me some damage bonus. We can off this little pixie thing a little faster, maybe. Okay, not. That's fine. We'll get there. I think we got him. Yacha. Yacha. Dude, it's like 6:30. My daughters aren't awake. Oh, wait. Here, doorknob. Speaking of which. We went to bed around 9 o'clock last night. That's not too terribly late, but for us, we're used to going to bed at 8 and waking up super early. It's important to have kids get to sleep. When you, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of you who watch this don't have kids. If you get to that point, whose responsibility is it to make sure your kids have sleep? I mean, you'd think it'd be like, oh, they'll figure it out. They'll get enough sleep. No, it's up to the parents. Like everything. Kids are meant to be bolstered by their parents. It's not like in a vacuum they'll just figure everything out. Especially good things. They don't know what good things are. They just know what they need and want. Mostly want. Even needs go out the window. Baths? I don't need that. I don't want it. So they confuse wants and needs. And, your job as a parent is to tell them, what's a lot better and what everybody thinks is more socially acceptable. And then, obviously, take green. Oh, I'm so jealous of that shield. It looks feral. But if we can get 2 double level ups, that'd be the best. Oh, wait, we have to get this thing to level 10. Crystallization. When I first read the name, even though it's been up here the entire time, I thought it was Crystallized Stallion. I guess that one, they're both kind of good. One is more of a, what do they call that? Not horseianic. Crap, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. That's okay, let's forge the crap out of this thing. Forge the crap out of it. Make it excrete crap by forging so hard. Or just level 3 is fine too. Yeah, let's do this one. Probably should get the blitz, but eh. 2, 3. Oh no! I learned your cat dance a while ago. Even before there was cat hunting. Even before the Great Purge of the Cats was happening. I mean, who has not spent hours farming for cats? I have. And maybe the second year the cat hunt was on. Hunting with the black cat gear and all that for Markle. After that, I'm just like, if I get it, I get it. Some people are very religious. Some people still do the prestige mission every time, every day. And that's okay. It's what they want to do. It's just not for me. I was hoping. I could have seen, Nick's long-term plan, in my opinion, right? Having prestige, you'd be able to either pay or unlock stuff based on how high your prestige went. What does it do right now? Nothing. Like, it has done nothing for 8 years. I think that's when prestige came out. The idea was that it does more. There are no think tanks working on this, I'm pretty sure. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, top 26 already. Time flies when you're having fun. We're going to do this whole game, man. Thought I'd dodge it. Yacha! Nice hits, nice hits. That one was clean. He was a clinger. He was a bitter clinger. Boom. Oop. Careful, careful. Heaven forbid we don't get that ecto drop. Oh my gosh, I didn't know we were so close to death. My bad. Easy. There we go. Damage bonus. Boom. Helps with killing one or two, then it's good enough. You get shocked or something, buddy? Got him. He left. No, our crystal friend. He probably got mad at me. I unleashed everything. I'm so sorry. We engage in hard mode too much. Even though I died easy things, I'm sorry. Oh man. Chaos, you reminded me of like, I committed myself to Brawlhalla and then I ran out of time. Like immediately after, I'm like, we're gonna play this game now. I have much stronger draws to the singular player. The combat that I spend my time and effort into is the reality kind of the martial arts world. So I mean, we could play Brawlhalla. That's okay, but it takes a lot of time to devote into that muscle memory game, and the combos and everything else. Especially that True Pixel Gamer was showing me the characters I want to main. It'd be neat going to like a high level tournament, consistent tournament with Finn and Jake and all that, and just winning with Adventure Time characters. But I don't even know if that stuff's legal. They like semi crossovers. I know like nothing to the game. Also, just elbowed the crap out of my lamp, but it survived somehow. Okay, going to depth 27. Here is hopefully where the radiants start raining from the sky. Nice. Give me that double level up. We have no radiance to heat the next level, but it's okay. We can spend a couple episodes rocking out our dreams and nightmares. I forgot to heat it. My brain. Well, I'm not too bummed. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You guys ever heard that one before? If not, you will when you get married. Sometimes your girl puts you up as a godlike figurehead, expecting you to be better than the mortal male creature that you are, and you will hear it. It does happen, and they're right. We should be better, but we're not. We fail. That's just how life is, and we'll fail again and again, and that's the whole point of like, it's life itself that's like that. Yes, death is inevitable. Entropy is everywhere. But life like throws itself against that. Like, nah, I'm gonna live anyway. That's why science can't explain life. It just doesn't make sense. Or creation of the universe. You can never get a why out of observation. It'll just show you how things work. That's reality of the life things. You have to get the why from somewhere else. That's where the transcendent perspective comes into play. Circling back upon the group discussion we had earlier. Oop. Martin Luther King Jr. was the focal point of the book. Very brilliant man. And his book Strength to Love, I highly recommend it. But he called it obeying the unenforceable, and that was one of the. I know I've mentioned this before, but it just bears repeating. About how obeying something that no one can tell you don't get in trouble for, but you know you do eventually, because the whole concept of heaven and hell, which we talked about as well, comes into play. Excuse me, right there. Apparently, I wasn't good enough for my gun. That's one of the reasons, arguably, because the European nations were so close together. So they held each other accountable in a social setting. I really want to hit you with this. Can we do that? Yeah. Crap. America didn't get him. Oh. thank you, Ancient Shield. You're so good to me. Got him. Oop. Give me some damage bonus, maybe. Alright, guys. Nobody jumped in there? Okay, there we go. We did get the bonus, sorry. Guess I must have been looking a little weirdly. It's like seeing a statue of her friend there. Knowing that your race dies and turns into sedimentary objects. Oh, jeez. Do we use a... No, we don't. We'll get you. We'll get you. There we go. Whoa, a little too close. Be weird for us, right? It'd be so weird if my mom or anybody in my family would die and turn into stone. We'd have to see them and in their last horrifying moment, because like death is never easy and clean. It's always mess. This is one of the messages you get from watching the series House, which I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's very, I mean, obviously adult oriented, but it's rough, dude. Okay, it's one of those shows that like it captivates you by getting worse and worse and worse, and just hooks you in. Guy goes through drug addiction and withdrawal, and then back to addiction, and then perversity, and he's a strong atheist. Let's remember to heat our cannon this time around. But it's one thing that show does kind of put out there. I'm looking out the window. There's a little snow out there, not too much. Death is messy. And he's a doctor. He's supposed to prevent death, but he's confronted with this crap. That was the wrong button. He's confronted with this nihilism constantly. We're heating. This is what we do. We heat things. Forge. Alright, that's acceptable. And we should probably equip this and... Hold on. No. Good. So used to the gun being the level 1 slot. What is this gate? Forgot to look. Where are we at? Here? Haunted passage. So yeah, we stick with this. Okay. But we do want to change our second weapon to a lance, because we have a crazy awesome danger room. Usually it's a little bit more populated. Like I get somebody in my party around this time of day, but that's alright. Boom. Hopefully we get some radiance. Don't rely on the shock, man. It's never there when you need it. Crap. We can take care of one of these guys. Still dodge effectively. Beautiful. I thought another set spawned here. Oh, there it is. Mike. So good. The other thing I have yet to get is another harness for my pet, which, why, right? He's new. He's been neutral pet for so long. Some people are like, I think I heard somebody say earlier in chat, so which harness should I use against Vanaduke? That is under the assumption that, like, maybe they have multiple harnesses. Harnai. Is it the plural? Could be. The English language is so weird. And somehow it became the most prominent language in the world for trade. Somehow. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to giving private lessons, right? You get to a point in your life where you're just... You look at what you live for, where the world is going. Are you living for... The most selfish thing you can do, and it takes people sometimes a lifetime to figure this out, is literally to help other people. Because it's gratifying, It's ingrained in you to be a good person. Everybody understands good versus bad. Kalu. Everybody. It's written on people. You're just a friend. Okay. You're in friend zone. So if it's written on you, oh, I got some radiance. Oh my gosh, we got a double dose, a double D. If it's written on you, it should be important. It feels right, helps out the community. It affirms pain, right? Because the children at a like 3 and 4 year old sense, you tell them, don't hurt your sister because it's not right. They don't understand yet. They don't have the empathetic common value that other people feel pain too, which is why, as a mature thinker, the political stuff's so frustrating. Because yeah, the BLM riots did the same thing they did in the Capitol, and you guys are treating one extremely different than the other. Because an adult understands that pain can be felt by other people. And how you felt is how other people felt at that time. Is this undead? Whatever it is, we got it. If it's slimes, we'll do it. It's slimes. I'm getting bad at calling these out, man. That tells me we gotta play more. You dropped nothing. I took 1 damage from... who knows? I was thinking we should have taken the Winter Grave, but... yeah. Be fine. Boom. The haunted part had me kind of weary if I would have taken the Winter Grave instead of the Valance. Because then killing turrets gets a little wonky. Pop you from over here. Charge up and get ready for the next one. It's not a whole lot of tactical thinking, but there is some. Boom. And boom. And we have enough of you kited this. Hopefully we'll do something. Lay a couple of you up. There we are. Up here before the spikes come up. It's the play-by-play tactics. It's not a, we just did a whole bunch of 666 damage to them, which is really funny. You wanna go down there, buddy? I appreciate it. All right, well, we got hit anyway. Could have used the invincibility frames there, but that's okay. Easy. They'd be a lot more lethal if, instead of like right to left, the shot spread came out just a little different. That's good job, just shooting that right there. You gotta go, buddy. Should probably use another one of these while we have the chance. It's a little downtime. Whoa! My retreat path got blended in by cosmetics. Okay, we should probably, let's do this. Come up here, a little zigzag. Boom, boom, boom. Pop a pill. Too close to death. Oop. Dun, 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 dun. Mike? Got me, man? We did it. Okay, a lot of them are on fire. Should take some good DOT after that. For those of you that are uninformed, that were born... I guess 2 days ago. DOT means damage over time. I'm not gonna lie, man. I looked up POG on the internet. What does POG mean? What does SMH mean? What does TLDR mean? Because I don't traverse the internet as often. I'm in books more often. That's just it's more my home. In the book world. Oh, jeez. Okay. More of these. More of this. We can beat him with the Valance, but I mean, this will expedite the process a lot. There we go. Okay. What else? What are some of the ones that I think there's a couple that came out. Poggers. Like, what the crap is Poggers? I remember Pog, the actual game. Also, if you can give me some radiance, please. Okay, that's acceptable. We got some. Oh my gosh, we got another double dose. That's freaking awesome. It's not record numbers, but it's something. Play of the game. There you go. and Pog turned into Poggers, which is play of the game gamers, play of the game era. Or, I don't know. It just became like the English language, just to so many things. A verb or a noun. Sorry, and just a different noun. I guess the first one was a noun too. Never mind. That's what happens when you take lines of thinking down their natural courses. You find out the absurdity of what you're actually saying. Language is kind of absurd. Making a noise, having shared meaning. There's no. This is such a tiny floor for Def 28. Holy smokes. I still got to build my energy up to 1,000. We got a lot to do yet. So the chances of us rolling a punch, it's probably not going to happen. At least not anytime soon. So, I mean, some of the other things we do, we talk about mostly spiritual stuff and biblical, scriptural. Scriptural, is that a word? Sure, it is now. Readings when it comes to the Saturday lectures. So I have, like, tonight we have Sunday church, and my friend and I are the main part of it. We usually 6K crowds for an hour and 12 minutes. We could have done 5 Vanna runs, 4 Vanna runs. That's fine. That's fine. It was the experience. We're relating to each other. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So we start talking about stuff like, the human being is more related to the light particle than it is an atom, because when it comes to growth, specifically looking at our brains that are hardwired for language. So it's hard to. You start with the premise that like even language doesn't make sense, but you can only even go that path if you ignore the fact that we are wired for language. It's our purpose is to speak and to understand, and that nothing in nature naturally can give or share meaning or understand meaning. It just doesn't happen. Things just are. Meaning is abstract. Meaning means nothing. Mathematicians just play with imaginary things and play games, really. They're abstract things. They're not concrete ideals. But they do explain the world and why things happen. You can use mathematics to do that. So we'll talk about how the person's like the wave particle of light more so than it is a lot of other things, because you look at yourself now and this is your absolute, but at the same time you're growing constantly, even thinking about growing, thinking about growing. You can't know where you are and how fast you're going and like how your rate of growth, what you're even growing into. And you look back at another point in the absolute period of your life and you're like, that guy was dumb. I've gotten a little bit better since then. And you have the luxury of seeing your children before they even have the ability to remember, growing from the state of basically an invalid to a fully functional, coherent, beautiful being right in front of you. It's really a neat experience. So we start talking about philosophy like that, like how morning, honey. Like how in the beginning was God created the heavens and the earth. He created light, and light, if you look at the theory of relativity, is on par with time. So God created time. So light and time go hand in hand. So we being sort of like related to particles of light, and this is where the abstractness comes into play. You can awesomely philosophize about this stuff for a while. You can see that people and time go hand in hand, and at the end times, God is beyond time, but maybe we are not, because God will still be the light at the end of the world, according to the book of Revelation. So time will still exist, and God will just be the time, instead of time being something else. So I don't know. It's really neat to sit there and think about that stuff. It doesn't prove anything, but when you start to connect the dots and you start to see how life actually is and what worldviews there are out there, Christianity makes a lot of sense. How can I get a pet like you? Oh. case you need some help, buddy. Anyway, I think I'll do it for this one. Let's get next for watching. Guys, enjoyed it. Click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. Take care.